Welcome to the Yossi Schmidt Show, presented by Team World Supporter. In this podcast, we will be discussing how the conservative movement is very divided in many different ways and is actually contributing to the issue of burning the Constitution and burning everything that matters to the United States of America. The other week, I was listening to the Dinesh D'Souza podcast, where he brought on Emerald Robertson, who exposed a certain point where conservative organizations actually, like National Review and CPAC, who they claim to represent the conservative people and conservative values, get money from big tech and actually silence themselves and portray big tech ideas. But since they're well-known people and they're well-known activists for conservative values, people don't realize that they're being brainwashed by conservatives for big tech values. This is insanity. In this podcast, I'm going to go through one by one where people among the conservatives are fighting each other to portray big tech values, critical race theory, or just betray the other person. Enough is enough. We have to stand up for each other. Please, do yourselves a favor and say no to big tech, to sponsorships. Say no to big tech for anything other than them agreeing to not silence us. And for them to agreeing to, only silence people that violate, with a capital V, their terms of services. It continues. Dan Bongino is fighting a big fight against Cumulus Media over these unconstitutional vaccine mandates, and he has went off air for a couple weeks fighting this whole unconstitutional thing. And then it leaked to the media that some conservative or quote-unquote conservative talk shows hosts are not having it back and actually going over to Cumulus and saying, oh, get rid of this troublemaker. We'll take its place and we'll shut up. We won't give you issues. This is not united. United we stand, divided we fall. You want to take back the conservative movement. You want to stand for your people. You want to be there for the people, and you want to bring back America to where it was and where it belongs. You don't try to take down Bongino's spot. You don't try to fight him from within. You come out and you talk on your podcast and you talk on your talk show. And you fight for Dan. You fight against these unconstitutional vaccine mandates. This is no longer I took the vaccine so I don't care about the vaccine mandate. For these vaccine mandates are unconstitutional. They have no right. Why do you think the Biden administration had to go through OSHA to go ahead and portray this whole thing called vaccine mandates? Enough is enough, and OSHA themselves, today on November 11th, I think that's today's date, I saw on Twitter where OSHA themselves says the company you work for has no right to say where you should work, what you should do with your medical body, what medical thing you should do with your body. We have no right to get involved. It's not constitutional. Enough is enough. People, united we stand, divided we fall. People, this isn't just about vaccine mandates like they're claiming it is. It's about controlling. And they also see that it is breaking us conservatives up. It's breaking the conservatives up. They see that some conservatives actually, for some weird reason, don't see the truth about the vaccine mandates, and they support it. Yes, they support the vaccine mandate. Enough is enough. We cannot support and dissupport. We cannot have that division. United States motto is, united we stand, divided we fall. The title of this podcast. When people support the vaccine mandate and say, oh, they're lunatics for supporting it, or, oh, they're lunatics for not supporting it, no. United we stand, divided we fall. That's what the Democrats are up to. They're trying to separate the conservatives. They're trying to bring an end to the conservative movement. People, it's crazy that we're allowing this to happen. The vaccine mandate, it worked firing people because we are not fighting back. The Daily Wire is fighting back. The Daily Wire, the second that went into effect, filed the lawsuits. They're not constitutional, but it's, again, not about the vaccine mandate. It's about them separating us. They're separating us human beings. They're separating us conservatives. Oh, but what's wrong with this vaccine? I'm a pro-vaccine. Dan Bongino's also pro-vaccine. He took the vaccine. But is he putting his money where his mouth is? Yes, he is. Because we cannot have vaccine mandates when there are some people that have questions about the vaccine or are told by their doctors not to take it. I personally know people that don't want to take the vaccine because they're scared it's going to harm them. They've heard stories about people dying 24 hours later. Where is Gavin Newsom after getting his booster shot? People, we must stand united. I don't care if you have questions or you don't have questions about the vaccine. The government cannot tell you what to do with your medical body. Enough is enough. United we stand, divided we fall. I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't know how else to get the message to you. If you take the vaccine, good. Go. Take it. Do whatever you want. You did your research. You'll listen to your doctor. Good. I'm happy for you. If you don't take the vaccine, good for you too. Don't take the vaccine. But we must stand united. We cannot go for each other's jobs. We cannot be celebrating when people die. Oh, they didn't take the vaccine. We cannot be celebrating that they did take the vaccine. We cannot. United we stand, divided we fall. You know, after thinking about this, yes, the plan is for the conservative movement to fall. I said that throughout this podcast. The way forward is to unite the conservative movement. Over vaccine mandates, over everything else, over claiming to accept our money and not really accepting our money. I mean, they do accept our money, but then they go ahead and they accept big tech money too and fall for big tech. People, enough is enough. We must unite the conservative movement. We must bring our people together. We must show our people that we stand for one another. People, peace, love, and unity. That should be the new conservative tagline. That should be what we, the people, need. You might ask me, Yossi, you yourself stand for division. You review alternative social media platforms. No. I am for uniting us and bringing us to understand that there's a need for alternative social media platforms. It's not dividing us. It is bringing us together, showing you the pros and cons of each and every social media platform, and giving my personal option and my personal opinion on each platform for you to unite and understand how to make an educated decision. People, we must unite. We must unite and make educated decisions and tell people You can go here. You can go together. You can go to Cloud Up. But go everywhere. We must spread our unity message across every single alternative social media platform and on big tech. People, we must unite. Unite the conservative movement. Unite the movement now. I am uniting the movement by making this podcast. I am working on it. I am putting my whole body into showing people that there's a way to be on different social media platforms and unite. Not, oh, I'm only choosing this one and only choosing this one, only choosing that. No, I review them all so you can make a decision on where to go to. Yes, I give an opinion, but we all can think for ourselves and still be united and not divided. People, please take this podcast and spread the idea and the fact: united we stand, divided we fall. Let's all unite the conservative movement, have each other's backs, make our own educated decisions on where to go to. And yes, I'm here for that. And yes, that's why I also do the nightly news roundup, because I verify the news first and bring it to you every single night, Monday through Thursday. I'm here for you. People, understand that we are here together. United we stand, divided we fall. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I want to remind you that Film World Supporter is always here to review your platform that you own or a platform that you want us to review, as long as everyone works with us, answers all our questions, and has nothing to hide. And yes, guys, it's officially here. The TWS Nightly News Roundup is officially here for you to go get your one quick stop shop of news on our website, with all the links there for you to check out the source, for you to read whatever you want. It's all there in one spot for you, one blog post for you. Come on over and check it out and become a member of our site so you can get notifications on when it's live and when it's not live. Thank you very much for listening to this episode. This episode is sponsored by Anchor. Anchor is a free app that allows you to record a podcast straight from your phone or your computer. Very easy to use. It distributes your podcast to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many others. You can make money from it with no minimum listenership. It's very simple to use. Just download the app today or go to anchor.fm and get started today. Thank you again for sponsoring. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Please remember to subscribe to us, follow us wherever you listen to podcasts, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you so much.